What's going on, Sharks? This is the Raikaze here. Today we're going to be continuing on our R.G.T series, and in this episode we are going to be covering team building with Kyogre. Now, the big old fish has a few different sets that you can actually run with it, and you have to be very careful about using this Pokemon because most of its water moves, minus the water spout, which is really great, but it's only sustainable as long as you have full HP. The other water moves just can miss. So you can teach it like Muddy Water, you can teach it Hydro Pump, you can teach it its Origin Pulse. All of those are spread damage moves that can in fact miss the target. Except for the Hydro Pump, but that single target, that's called Hydro Miss, so you just may as well just do your best not to use that unless you have like a gravity team or something like that. And that honestly ends up being the weakness in a lot of these water types in terms of the restricted legendaries, because there's not a lot of good water moves that have high accuracy ever since they nerfed Scald for how many Pokemon can actually use that move. But with that being said, there are a few different sets that you can actually run with a Kyogre. However, it just depends on how you build your team around it. For example, the team that Rick Flynn McNair is going to be utilizing is going to be that of the Choice Scarf variant. Now, Choice Scarf variant, you can go Modest, you can go Timid. This one is a Timid set where you just go 252, 252, and then just low 4 in the special defense. Because this Pokemon does have a lot of base on the special defense. It's 140 on the base, so that's really good. You can put more investment into bulk if you want to. You can do an Assault Vest variant to where that can partner with that of the Wo-Chien, which reduces attack of the opponent, so therefore you have additional longevity, and it also has Pollen Puff and it recovers your health. So there's that option there, but the Choice Scarf set will just basically run a Water Spout, Origin Pulse, Thunder, and Ice Beam. As long as you have full health, and if you have a good amount of teammates that can help recover you, then you have that Water Spout and you can just go ham with that. Then you have the Origin Pulse. Now, the thing about Kyogre and doing the Choice Scarf set is that you still need to add a little bit more speed control because you're still not the fastest mon. I mean, you will outspeed a Choice Scarf Urshifu because those are typically adamant, and as long as you're Choice Scarf and they are Choice Scarf as well, then you will be able to outspeed them. However, if you do get stuck using your Water Spout or Origin Pulse and they have another Pokemon that can go for like the Tailwind and then go for Wide Guard, for example like Pelipper, then you are going to lose that speed control war. So you do need to have some Pokemon that can assist with that speed control. You also have the Assault Vest set. That's what I was just talking about when having the Wo-Chien. You can do the same moves because it's almost similar to that of the Choice Scarf variant because you're not able to use Protect. However, with this one, you will have a lot more spread in your HP just to get some more bulk, get some more defense in there. So that's just purely for the longevity. And then if you can have different Pokemon swapping in, you have like the Incineroar that can do Intimidate to drop the attack of your opponents. You can use a Rillaboom in addition to that just to have the grassy terrain so you get some passive recovery. Use the Wo-Chien, also reducing the attack of your opponents, plus on top of that, do the Pollen Puff, you get that recovery there. You can also then send in other Pokemon for redirection. So those are all different keys to where you're protecting the Kyogre, and it can then just choose whether or not it's like, I'm gonna go Water Pulse now. Wait, I don't know why even as I just said it, that just messed me up. Now I don't mean water pulse. I definitely mean Water Spout. So I don't know why I did that, but yeah. So you can choose whether or not if you're going to say, okay, I'm going to go Water Spout, or if I'm going to go Origin Pulse, or I'm going to decide to go Thunder. So then at that moment, your opponent will then be struggling because they're saying, okay, are you going to go for a spread move? Can I use Wide Guard, or am I wasting my turn because I need to focus on your Ice Beam or your Thunder, depending on if it's still raining or something like that. So that is going to be the key with the Kyogre. That is going to be one of the better ones in my opinion. I like the Assault Vest version, and I also do like the Leftovers version, and that's the one that I will actually be running with here today. So let's look at that kind of set. So a Kyogre with the Leftover set is going to just be, once again, you're going to be looking at trying to have a little bit more spread out on your defenses. As long as you have enough on your defenses and you can get a good Calm Mind off, then you're going to be really set in terms of your special defense and your special attack. So you don't need to do that much investment in there. So you just need to make sure you get a good enough bulk, and then you also want to get your defense up there as well. You want to get also, if you're going to be leftovers, you got to get a multiple of the 16 to get the most value of your leftovers. Because one thing I did also notice is that if you went to 252, let's see if we just back out of this. So we were at 132 here, but if we try to go to 252, that will not be an exact 16. 208 will be a 16 multiple. So we have to just come back down and we stick with the 132 because that'll be a 16 multiple there. So that's the whole thing there. And this is going to be the Kyogre, to where once again you want to have that forms of redirection. You want to pivot in some intimidates, and if you can keep those defenses boosted up, then you can go for a Calm Mind, go for that protect if you need to get some passive recovery, and then just start going for those attacks. So what we'll do is we're going to first look at Ric Flair McNair. He's going to be showing us how he's using his Choice Scarf variant set, and then we're going to do a best of 3 match and showing you how I use the leftover set. Before we go any further, I want to say thank you so very much for joining us here at Card Shark Dojo. Be sure that you are leaving a like, sharing, and subscribing, as it's going to greatly help us out as we are trying to grow this channel. And also make sure you have those notifications turned on so you don't miss when the next video goes live. Also, sometimes I know you all just want to sit back and not take things so seriously. So with that in mind, head on over to the R.G.T Twitch and YouTube page. There, we do various forms of content, including my very special Pokemon Roulette VGC series, other video games, skits, reactions, as well as reviews. So if you want to see some fun videos, learn about some new anime, play some other types of games, or anything of that sort, be sure to head on to those pages and subscribe for the fun. Links to those various channels are in the description box below. Hope to see y'all there. But for now, back to the video.
Alright, let's rock out with Kyogre, and that is, my opponent's squad is the opposite of what I want to see. What do I do against a Miraidon? Miraidon is a problem. Miraidon is a problem. Let's lead double speed control. Kyogre in the back. And I don't necessarily like the Moltres, but I do at the same time. Why do I like it and not like it? I don't think it's smart to bring. Let's bring in Cinnamoroar instead. R.G.T, Farigiraf. Okay. I want to... I'm going to Brave Bird the Urshifu. And I'm going to taunt the Farigiraf. That's fine. Cool. Now that that has happened, we are going to Tailwind. And let's Moonblast the Urshifu. Let's Faint the Urshifu and Moonblast the Urshifu. Oh, Armor Tail. I even watched it go off. I'm so silly. Ugh. Okay, well, now we just go into Big Boy. There's the Miraidon. Alright, here we go. We're going to Terra Grass, Water Spout, and we're going to Moonblast the Miraidon. Decent damage. Get the KO. Yeah, see, these Miraidon players think they're safe when they're not. Okay, Volcarona dies to this Water Spout, and it might have Protect, but I think we just Water Spout, and we Moonblast to Farigiraf. We can't let it get Trick Room up. We're fine with that. Giraffe goes down. We spout into nothing. Water spout. And, I mean, does it really matter what I do, to be honest with you? We might as well taunt. Boop. And that's game one. So, I'm running the Choice Scarf set, if you couldn't tell. I don't think it's the best. Ooh, you have wide guard, don't you? But I really like running two forms of speed control with Choice Scarf, so I can choose to play around it. And I like the taunt on my Flutter main. It helps me get around a lot of things that I probably shouldn't win, but I do. This R.G.T is scary. Yeah, R.G.T is the scariest thing on my opponent's team, to be honest. And I mean, if that's the case, then... You know what? Let's bring Moltres in the back. One thing I don't like about my squad, which I'm going to fix at some point, or at least this team, I have too many electric weaknesses, but it leads to situations where I feel safe where I shouldn't. Alright. We're going to Tailwind for sure. And... probably... Do I want to Icy Wind? Not particularly. Let's go ahead and Moonblast the Miraidon slot. Oh, crit mattered. No matter what anyone says, that crit matters. Alright, now we have a Lando to deal with. Let's Brave Bird his Lando. And let's Icy Wind. Good damage. Good damage. Good. Lando down. That's why he, I mean, quad matters. Flash Cannon. Flutter goes down. I feel like I'm in a very safe spot. I'm going to bring out Kyogre and keep the Moltres in the back for a minute. Okay. Urshifu. We're going to Brave Bird the Urshi. And... we're going to Terra Grass for sure. I just need to decide. I'm in a rough spot. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm in a rough spot. Let's Origin Pulse. Because I don't think Water Spout's going to do it. And then he can just kill me on the clapback. Maybe. You know what? Let's get as much damage as we can. Let's Water Spout. Let's just Water Spout. Dang. I needed that. But that's okay. Resisted, that did a ton of damage. Electro Shot. Okay, we resist. Cool. Now we bring out the Moltres. Alright. The Archaludon is what we are scared of. We are going to Fiery Wrath and Water Spout. We're fine with that. We Water Spout. Decent damage, not the greatest. Fiery Wrath, good. You can keep getting stamina boost. That's a dead Moltres, but I think you die to a Water Spout. Yep. Alright, that's 2 games. So, I don't recommend the version that I am running. Only because if they can... you get pinned so easily. Like, because of the way my speed control is set up, I get pinned super easily. I like Talon and Flutter as my lead with Kyogre. And do I need Moltres? I don't think I need Moltres. Let's bring Ogerpon in the back. But I'll show y'all the team spread after this fight, and it's just... It's one of those things that in a best of 1 or even a best of 3, if your opponent doesn't catch on what you're doing, if you can just keep speed control early and just let them get 1 KO and dominate after, you're set. Alright, so what do I want to do here? I'm going to Tailwind, and I am going to taunt the Garganackle. That's fine. I actually kind of want the Talonflame to die. So now we are going to Brave Bird the Fluttermane, and we are going to taunt the Fluttermane. Alright. It might just die to this Brave Bird. I mean, it might as well be dead. And now let's bring out Kyogre. He cannot wide guard. He can switch into the sun if he wants to. We're going to tear... Ooh, I don't need Terra Grass here. I'm going to... He has Sucker Punch for sure. Let's Water Spout and Moonblast the Garganackle slot to cover the switch. He did not Sucker Punch. But why though? What Urshi Dark doesn't run Sucker Punch? Let's switch into Ogerpon. And then... I mean... Do I not just KO you? I might just KO you. I don't understand. Unless Icy Wind? No. Ogerpon, Moonblast, Koraidon. Yeah, I don't understand what this guy's doing. Like, I feel bad. I love Garganackle, but I don't think he quite knew what he was doing. All right, here we go. Oh, no. This team, what you're seeing here, this is what a rain team should look like. My opponent, that's a rain squad. Dang, that's a really good rain squad. I am no me gusta to that. Talon, Flutter, I'll bring my own Kyogre, and I'll bring my Moltres in the back. This is where I wish my Moltres had Foul Play over Hurricane. Kyogre Fluttermane versus Talonflame and Fluttermane. Alright, so I'm going to Tailwind. I'm going to taunt this Kyogre. I think you are the Calm Mind leftover set. And I can't afford you Calm Minding in my face. Oh, he just went for it. He said, I don't need no Calm Minds. Okay. Well, if that's the case, we're going to switch into our Kyogre. And we're going to Terra Grass. And I am going to Water Spout into your face. Because in case you didn't know, there's a fun mechanic in this game where nothing resists Water Spout. And then I will switch into Moltres. Cool. I am going to Water Spout again. And I will Fiery Wrath. Well, I know I'm going to Water Spout. Do I want to Fiery Wrath here? No, actually. Let's Hurricane the Fluttermane. It catches more switch ins. Yeah, no Prankster Tailwind for you. Alright, Flutter is back. We're just going to Water Spout again. And Fire Wrath doesn't seem bad here. Yeah, let's Fire Wrath. He could double protect though. What's my best play if he double protects? Switching into my Fluttermane wouldn't be bad. Let's go Fluttermane and Fiery Wrath. Cool. Zapdos. Awesome. So we are going to Icy Wind, and we are going to 67. He's faster than me for sure. But after the Icy Wind, maybe not. Let's protect. Ooh, we live on 1. Did he attack the Flutter? He did. Okay. Alright, 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 alright. Water Spout. No, I can't Water Spout. I got an Origin Pulse. And I got a Fiery Wrath. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. Yep, he got it. That was a good one. That was a good one. I probably had a way out of it and I just didn't see my line. But that's what he just had. That's the rain team you want. That's a Kyogre team. That's a standard ogre boy if I ever do see one. You're not setting up Trick Room. I'm going to lead Talon Flutter with Kyogre and... Do I want Moltres here? What does Moltres hit? I don't want Moltres here. I want Ogre Pond. I want Ogre Pond. What up, Urshi? What up, Raging Bolt? Okay, let's go ahead and Brave Bird the Urshi and Moonblast the Raging Bolt. That's fine with us. He's probably going to Thunderclap me. He did not Thunderclap me. Do you T-Bolt? Electro Web. And you missed who you wanted to get. Okay. So now we're going to Tailwind and we are going to Icy Wind. One of these is going to hit. I don't care which one. Hey, that helps. Tailwind is up. Bleakwood Storm. Alright, I think I'm scared of the Bleakwood Storm, but I don't think he understands that if I Terra Grass here, his Thunderclap won't do anything to me. So I'm just going to Water Spout, and I'm going to Icy Wind to cover any switches that come in. There's your Tailwind. Thunderclap's not going to do anything to me. Water Spout. And then Icy Wind. Cool. So now he's down to Zacian Crown and Urshi. Okay. We both have Tailwind. What's my best way out of this? I believe it's Water Spout, Moonblast, Urshi. Good damage. He can sub. Now it's a 1v3. Cool. I need a Water Spout, and I need to Moonblast. Does he protect behind the sub? That'd be pretty cool if you did. No, he forfeits. Alright, so those are my games. So yeah, I can't decide between Hurricane and Foul Play. I've gone back and forth a lot. Foul Play hits so hard, but Hurricane gives me better coverage because I don't really have good flying type coverage other than my priority Brave Bird. But I got more wins with Foul Play, but I felt like I didn't have to struggle as hard with Hurricane. So pick your poison. And if you go Foul Play, take the Citrus Berry off, go back to Black Glasses. Black Glasses, Terra Dark, Foul Play, chunks in this meta. Just your standard safety goggle, Ensign, nothing special here. Will-O-Wisp and Parting Shot are actually your two best moves. It is what it is. I wanted a grass type. With redirection. His name wasn't Amoongus. And I also liked having the Rock Ivy College versus Incineroar. So I fell upon Ogre Pond. Follow me, Spiky Shield. Felt good. So Flutter, Talonflame, if I brought one, I usually brought the other. I like the double. You can usually Tailwind, Icy Wind, turn 1, and guarantee that you're going to be faster than everything else in the game. This feint is so clutch against Wide Guard when they think they have you pinned with Water Spout, and you switch into your Talonflame, and you can just click feint and still Water Spout in their face. But this Talonflame is just bad against Giraffe teams. It can't do any moves once they pull out the Giraffe or Serena, but Giraffe is more common than Serena. And this Flutter Mane, this is probably my favorite Flutter Mane set. Let me go ahead and bump it down to 50 so you can see more accurately what its stats look like. I think you don't need special attack investment. Yes, the Moonblast and Icy Wind deal damage, but what we're here for is to stay around for a long time and taunt and Thunderwave. This is the most annoying speed controlling Gengar you've ever seen. I know it's a Flutter Mane, but like being an Icy Wind, Thunderwave, and taunt user, we don't need a super big speed investment because our photosynthesis boosts our speed. That's one reason why we don't have any special attack investment as well. And this Flutter Mane is, in my opinion, one of the best support Pokemon in the game, let alone for Kyogre. And then this is just your standard Choice Scarf, timid Kyogre. I went timid even though I went Choice Scarf because I said if I'm going to be faster, I'm going to be faster, dang it. I don't care if you're also Choice Scarf. And just remember, nothing in the game resists Water Spout. So if you can click it and not have any fears, click it.
Alright, so I do hope you all enjoyed seeing the Choice Scarf variant set and the different types of styles and how those matches work. But of course, you need to also understand that in the typical format, unless you're playing on the online ladder, if you're going to those regional tournaments, the teams are going to be open team sheet. So at those moments, you won't really have that much guessing in a certain sense. You will still have to be able to predict when your opponent's going to do certain terrestrializations or things like that. So it can make it a little bit easier-ish to say, hey, what can they do? But it still is going to be difficult because you will be like, hey, are they going to do it? So just because you know that they're going to do something or what they can specifically do doesn't mean that they're actually going to do it. So that's going to be the next level up in terms of participating in the tournaments there. And that's why I like to show you all how I do things on an open team sheet best of 3 format. Now on this team here, it is not something that I would typically run because I would probably look more into using the Rillaboom, because with the Rillaboom it would have that grassy terrain like I was talking about when I was talking about the different kinds of sets of the Kyogres. Having the Rillaboom with the passive recovery with the leftovers plus with the fake out support, that'll be excellent there. However, I decided to go a little bit different here to make sure I had a little bit more speed control plus with those fake out pressures and things of the sort, and that's going to be with my Flutter Mane. So this is going to be the Kyogre with the leftovers, which we already saw in the breakdown in the earlier part of the video. But then if we partner it with a Flutter Mane, with its booster energy, we have a lot of bulk in this one, so it can survive on some good hits. We have the Thunder Wave, so that's going to be excellent for speed control as well as for some chances for a full paralysis. We also have the Taunt, that is going to be for those opposing Amoonguss or different Trick Room variants. We also have the Icy Wind, and that's going to be additional speed control. And then we have the Moonblast. So this is very similar to that of what Ric Flair McNair was running on his version of the Choice Scarf variant. However, this is going to be a different spread in terms of the stats. We also have the Urshifu Dark. Now this Urshifu Dark is going to be running a coaching because it is going to be pairing off with that Iron Hands if need be. So this is where I've noticed for my style of play, I don't typically use Sucker Punch. It's just not a move that I tend to use that much, especially for a choice variant, because I think that we can get outplayed pretty easily with that. That's just me. So, I mean, sometimes I may have the Sucker Punch on there, but it's not typically my thing. So I just decided to switch it over to coaching just because for the chance that I was running with the Iron Hands. And if the Sinistcha was in fact a Rillaboom, that will be even better because then I will be able to use that coaching and help boost that up there. And then also sometimes the coaching is going to be good for the Kyogre if I just want to boost his physical defense, just depending on the situation that we're in. Then with the Sinistcha, we have the Machigacha, of course, that can potentially give us a burn, so that's going to help boost our defense on the team. Scald, again, boosting for the defense on the team if we get the burn, plus with the boost in the rain, so that's going to be excellent there. We also have the Rage Powder for redirection, plus with the Rocky Helmet, that's going to be excellent for the different types of Urshifus that we may be going up against. Also with the Iron Hands, it's going to be our Assault Vest variant. We are running it also with the Ice Punch because if we do not want to use our Terrestrialization too early, and if we can protect and do an Ice Punch against some grass type Pokemon, then at that moment we'll get a bit more value and trying to take those Pokemon out before we are forced to use our Terrestrialization and then making us susceptible to other attacks. So that's going to be the key there. We also have the Drain Punch, Wild Charge, typical thing. And we also have more Fake Out Pressure with our Incineroar with the Intimidate, once again boosting our defense on the team because we're dropping the attack of the opponent. We have the Taunt to help stop for like wide guards, or if we are trying to stop them from doing Trick Room, just depending on the situation. We got the Will-O-Wisp, again more defense boosting on our team, and we also will do that to shut down on those Calyrex Ice. And we have, of course, obviously Fake Out support. So with this, the team has some good synergy. And like I said, sometimes I will more likely go with a Rillaboom, but that'll be our Terrifier. And so you just got to work with how you're really structuring that team to help support one another. And especially if your main attacker is going to be your Kyogre, that is what you have to protect. And of course, if you got some Pokemon on the team of your opponent, that's like, for example, the Ting-Lu, and that's reducing the special attack of everybody on the field, then you want to switch it up and go into your physical attackers, and then you have the coaching and you can boost up into the Iron Hands and go for a Drain Punch, boom boom boom, you're good to go. And that's why I also put a good bit of speed investment into this Iron Hands. That way I can also, under a form of Tailwind, if I was to have like a form of Tailwind, but if I got the Thunder Wave off against, like, for example, a Ogerpon, then our Iron Hands will be able to outpace that of an Ogerpon if we were able to get a Thunder Wave off or to Icy Winds. Not necessarily something that I will bank upon, but it's the speed tier that we can actually capitalize on just depending on the situation. We're not going to outpace that of a Rillaboom, but we can outpace that of an Incineroar, so that's going to be the key. But now let's go ahead and hop into a best of 3 match and let's see how this team can work. Alright, so here we are going up against that of a Cali Ice team. And this one's also going to have a Roaring Moon, so they may be Tailwinding for high speed, but it also can be a Trick Room variant because with that Amoonguss there. So that makes it a little bit tricky, but I think we can work with this pretty well. It just varies on how this Urshifu is going to be structured. So that's going to be our biggest challenge here. But I think we can work with this here. Well, actually, we can see, I keep forgetting, this is an open team sheet. So we can see how this is going to be run. This is Surging Strikes, Taunt. Well, they got Taunt here. Close Combat and Detect. Okay. Glacial Lance, High Horsepower. This is a Terra Fairy Calyrex Ice. Okay. And they got the Heart Flame. Okay. We can work with this. We can work with this. So we're going to start off with the Ensign. You Terraflying. You Terraflying. Let's go Flutter. Kyogre. Sinistcha. Oh, I did not expect that. Okay, well, this is fine. So with this Intimidate, we'll go with a Fake Out onto the Ogerpon. And we will do... yeah, let's go Taunt onto the Roaring Moon. Okay, so they went for the Spiky Shield. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so now what we'll do is we'll go Will-O-Wisp onto the Roaring Moon. Alright. And we will go Thunder Wave onto the Ogerpon. Oh, this is perfect. They swapped into their Calyrex Ice. So now we got complete control on the status on the field here. So this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. So now we know they have the Roaring Moon. Am I really that concerned about anything else? Maybe that Amoonguss, right? So what we'll do is we'll go knock off, and we'll taunt into the Cali. Oh, it's Lando. Okay. This might hurt. Oh, they went for the Trick Room. They did go for Trick Room, so this is perfect. and they just forfeited. Okay, but now we go into the next round. And you see, and that was, we were capitalizing on our burn, and that was the perfect thing because we wanted to shut down the Roaring Moon. And then if they were going to swap in, if they had swapped into the Lando Eye instead, and then they got that type of paralysis or whatnot, or basically blocked or so, then we would be in a bit more of a difficult set. And I do need to take that into consideration. So what we'll do, we'll try something a little different. Let's see what happens if we go with the Flutter Urshifu. Still go with the Instant and back, and we'll go Kyogre. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Now, what we got here, I don't know if I really want to taunt per se. I do want to, I still want to Thunder Wave, right? No, I want to taunt. I do want to taunt. I don't necessarily want to use my Terra, but I'm going to have to, right? And we'll go Wicked Blow into the Amoonguss. I should have gone Thunder Wave into their Urshifu. That's what I should have done. Okay, so they did go for the Surging Strikes into our Urshifu. So that kind of sucks. Huh, they went Pollen Puff into us. That's a bit odd. We'll go Thunder Wave here. We'll go Wicked Blow into... Where do I even go? No. What we'll do is we'll Moonblast Wicked Blow. Yeah, that's fine. I'm cool with that. We have them pinned at this point. So now if they'll be more than likely, even if they swap, they'll be taking some considerable damage. So they can't even afford to do that. And now that the Amoonguss is taunted, then we're actually squared away. Perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful. There we go. And they forfeited. All right. So that's what I'm talking about there. So we just immediately capitalize on shutting down what they could do. I didn't realize that they were even going to just simply go for an attack. I don't know if they thought I was going to swap or what. But us going straight for the taunt first, I know I second guessed myself afterwards saying, oh, maybe I should have just gone for the Thunder Wave into their Urshifu. But I'm pretty satisfied with how that actually turned out. I'm surprised they didn't go for like a Surging Strikes into my Flutter Mane, but I should be able to survive that. It is invested enough into its defense to actually survive that there. And the only reason I use my Terrestrialization right away is just because I did not want them to go in for a close combat, because that will one-shot the Urshifu as well. So, well, Urshifu Dark, it'll get one shot if you do that. So that's why I went for Terra Poison. Unfortunately, my opponent was able to capitalize on that and just simply go for the Surging Strikes anyway. That was their safest play, not even going for the close combat, just simply just go for the Surging Strikes, and they were able to capitalize on that. But it did knock me out. So, and with me not setting the rain with my own Kyogre, because you do have to be careful about that, I was able to maintain myself on the field and then basically shut his team down from there. Because even if they were to Terrestrialize on the next turn, then they were going to be forced to get taken both a Moonblast plus that of a Wicked Blow onto their Urshifu, and it was going to go down no matter what. And their Amoonguss wasn't going to really do anything to us, so we were pretty much squared away from that point. So yeah, so that's awesome. All right, so now we are getting ready to go against, well, Mirror. I would say Mirror, but it's not really Mirror because we're not the same Pokemon on the team. But we do have a couple of the same Pokemon, and they are the Kyogre team. This is a Choice Scarf Urshifu Rapid. Okay, Raven. Let's see what you got. Wait, what kind are you? So you are leftovers. Origin Ice Beam, Calm Mind Protect. Exactly what I am running as well. So we are running very, very, very similar sets, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to lead off with Flutter, actually, right? And are you safety goggles? You are safety goggles. It's like I want to go with the Sinistra, but we'll lead Ensign, Sinistra, and Kyogre. That's how we're going to do this. And they are Terra Grass, so we got the Intimidate. They are, of course, going to be faster in terms of their grassy terrain. Now, this is where it always becomes the big challenge. Do we expect them to go with, you know, I think they will try to go for the Tailwind. And I'm going to try to go for the Will-O-Wisp. So we got the Para. They went for the Tailwind. Okay. So now with that, we should be able to swap into Sinistra. And we go with the Willow into Rilla. Oof. So they went into the Kyogre right away. Ugh. And we miss. Okay. Gotta love it sometimes, right? We just gotta love it. We just gotta love it. To see what happens. It's just wonderful. So wonderful. Yeah. Okay. It's like I don't want to get hit with the Origin Pulse, but then at the same time, I don't want to leave Incineroar on the field. Maybe I'm happy that I didn't get the burn. Okay, so they went for the Protect. That's interesting. Okay, so you went that route. So now we're going to just go for... What do I go for here? Do I go Ensign? Do I go Kyogre? I'm going to go Kyogre. And we're going to go with the Thunder Wave. Yeah, I'm going to go Thunder Wave. Okay, take away my leftovers. Okay. Oh my gosh, we just missed again. We are missing our moves like there's no tomorrow. What is happening? Yeah, you're gonna go with your Calm Minds now. Yeah, same here. I'm going with my Calm Minds as well. Okay. And with that, I'm also going to go Taunt onto your Kyogre. Okay. I need some full paras now. I need some full paras. What in the world? They're doing so much damage. They got it. They got it. Oh my gosh, they got it. Right off the bat, they got it. Okay. It's fine. It's totally fine. Guys, it's totally fine, right? It's fine. We're gonna go Calm Mind. No, we're not. No, we're not. Matter of fact, yes, we will. We will go Calm Mind, and we're going to go Fake Out into the Kyogre. Okay. I kind of was hoping we would get that full para that we've been so desperately needing. And now we're going to go Origin Pulse, and we're going to swap into the Sinistcha and get some health back. Yay. Not much damage. Okay, so they missed theirs. They are doing a ton of damage. Why are they doing so much damage? Okay. Now that their stuff has just worn off, let's see. We will go Ice Beam, and we will go Machigacha. Okay. Full para. Give me that full para. Full para? No full para. No full para. Okay, so we got to protect now. Swap into the Ensign. We are having to pull this back, but with the Sinistcha, it's actually helping us a ton right now. If they catch this, I mean, they can go simply with the Origin Pulse, and then they just they capitalize with that. You know, that's fine as long as they don't have the Tailwind. So that's the key. You drop the attack on Narilla. So they go for the U-turn. Ugh, why did I not realize that you still have that? And they're just getting these moves off like it's no tomorrow. What in the world, people? Okay. So we are going to... So your choice, Scarf. Okay, so we're going to Origin Pulse. I don't want an Origin Pulse, really. We're going to have to. It's Stab. We're going to Fake Out into the Urshifu. Okay. Going to Origin Pulse. Perfect. Okay. This will be perfect. Once we get our Sinistcha in, we get enough health back. That's what we needed. You keep taking the chip. That's all on you. That's all on you. Okay. Now, Ensign comes back. And we go Ice Beam into Kyogre. And we Fake Out into Urshi. Okay. Beautiful. Crit. Glory. Finally we get the crit. Whew. Okay. Now, we still have our Terra. So paralyzed. Well, GG. Well, I mean, you have been having tons of the luck, buddy. You've been having tons of luck. Don't try that. So we're going to go Ice Beam. We're going to Terra. And we're going to Willow. Oof. Okay, beautiful. Perfect. That is GG. Okay, now let's try this again against this mirror here. So let's see. It's same lead because with that Intimidate immediately, there's a lot of value there. A lot of value with that Intimidate, right? The question then becomes, however, do we start going for those Calm Minds or not? Do we lead off with Urshifu or not? I mean, do we lead off with Kyogre? Because if they lead off with their Urshifu, and that's what I don't like. So we're going to go Flutter. We got to have that speed control. and then we'll do this that combo. Okay, there it is. There it is. There it is. Okay, so now we're gonna go for it again, but this time we're gonna hit the fake out, and we're gonna go T-Wave onto the Kyogre. Alright, they got us. Okay, that's fine. Now we go Sinisha. Beautiful. And we shall now go with the... that was a bad play. 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 Okay. We're going to Terra, Calm Mind, and we're going to taunt the Kyogre. Perfect. Alright, now we're going to Ice Beam. Yep. Ice Beam is good. Let's do this. Ice Beam. I'm gonna go Moonblast. Good. Perfect. Full para. Oh, that was bad. That's bad, dude. Now this time we go Origin plus Moonblast again. Oh, got him. Beautiful. Rain stopped. Rillaboom's back. They got that para. We're going to send in the Sinistra. We're back up to full health. They go for the Grassy Glide. They take some chip. Let's go. Beautiful. Now we go Matcha Gotcha. And we also go Ice Beam into the Kyogre. Having the Matcha Gotcha will cover for them not Terra and Matcha Gotcha and Ice Beam if they do Terra. All right, so that one was a lot of luck in terms of us getting them fully paralyzed a lot. So on that round, but then of course they had a lot of luck on the first round, but I still was able to come back. So that was perfect. It was stressful, but it was perfect. That's still how that happened. I would still say, yes, we do have the recovery by swapping in with the Sinistra. However, I think, you know, with having something consistent like with the Rillaboom, as you can see with this team that we're facing off against right now, that would be something a little bit more beneficial, because if you can get those protects and whatnot, you get that recovery just by sitting there with that leftovers as well. You do not have a way to like block certain priority moves or these things like paralysis and whatnot. So that's where you got to be very concerned if you don't have a way to redirect. And they did have their Amoonguss for potential redirection, but I was able to taunt them. So having that fast taunt, also something really, really good. So once again, it's just depending on how you structure your team, and you will be able to see if it's going to be able to work and whatnot. Now, Kyogre's not necessarily my favorite. I mean, it's very, 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 very powerful. I mean, it just naturally is. I just wish that its moves would not just be so low accuracy if you really wanted to make it successful. But that is how you can run a few different sets with the Kyogre. Like I said, one more time, make sure that you are building the team around it so you can actually support it, because Kyogre cannot survive on its own. It does need additional support, maybe even a gravity set where if you want to run the Hydro Pump in the rain, but you definitely going to have to do a lot of setting up first so you can have that proper speed. So just different things like that that you just want to make sure for Kyogre to be basically super viable, but it is climbing up in the rank. Make sure you are keeping an eye out for that Pokemon because it's definitely something pretty strong and you got to make sure you're prepared for it. So I hope you all enjoyed this video here. If you're interested in trying out the Kyogre or if you're having trouble facing off against it, hopefully this video was able to help you out. If it did, be sure to leave a like, share, subscribe, and also turn those notifications on. And also leave me a comment below and just letting us know how you are working with your Kyogre and if you're even struggling about using it or going up against it. And maybe if there's anything in there, if we could possibly help you out with that as well. But with that being said, this is going to be the R.G.T signing off. You all know what to do. Stay strong. You power on. Swim on, Sharks.